Trophies. Perhaps once the spoils of a vanquished enemy to demonstrate your power and prowess. Now, a chunk of plastic to show that you played trumpet in 7th grade, smoked some pregnant woman at a 5K fun run, or that you participated in rec center soccer because your parents didn't want to see your annoying ass after school. I think it's comical that we celebrate underwhelming events by attributing meaning to valueless objects. I think the only way we could make it more ridiculous is if the objects we attached meaning to didn't even exist. Introducing video game achievements. Now, if you're the kind of person who calls all of these a Nintendo, this next part's for you. Video game achievements are like a digital trophy shelf that sat above your bed waiting to just final destination you if ever there was an earthquake in the middle of the night. Basically, a video game will award these to someone if they complete a challenge in the game. It can be simple stuff like finishing a part of the game, or it can require someone to do something out of the way or just plain strange. Now, you could always find people who collect anything. Anything. So there are some sick fucks that'll spend an eternity hunting down every single one of these virtual merit badges. On the PlayStation, that's the console I own, they give out trophies, and the highest level of trophy is the Platinum Trophy. It shows that someone has earned every single trophy for that specific game. I personally never really cared about game trophies, so I'm always a little bit surprised when I actually earn a Platinum, but I haven't been doing that lately. Lately, I've been playing games less. I've just been touching a lot of grass, trying to get a little bit more fast, and trying to get a little more ass. With how busy I've been with the Korean work culture, it's hard to justify doing something that doesn't really benefit me at this point. But what if there was a game that did benefit me? Introducing Duolingo. Duolingo is a language learning app with embarrassing ads that try to pressure you into getting a subscription. Also, you have to deal with this little green fuck bullying you all the time. A lot of people say Duolingo sucks, but the pretty colors, the sound effects, and the progression system keeps my goopy goblin brain involved in lessons. When I first came to Korea, I knew nothing, absolutely nothing about the language. So I spent 6 months learning the Korean alphabet, Hangeul, and I did it with Duolingo. I'll never forget when it first clicked. I was at the OK Mart, and I wanted to get a cup of coffee, and all the flavors were just written in Hangeul, but I could read vanilla latte, mocha, caramel macchiato, and I was so excited that I could actually finally read something and interact with the space I had been living in. And I decided to continue progressing until I was able to read menus and station and mountain signage. Eventually, I felt ready to start studying grammar, which was really important to me because the entire reason I came to Korea and wanted to learn Korean was so that I could eventually meet my favorite artist in the whole world and tell him how grateful I was. Unfortunately, that did not work out. But the true tragedy has nothing to do with me, and everything to do with the family and friends that lost Kim Jong-gi. But honestly, his passing did hit me pretty hard. My work situation and a lot of things about Korea weren't ideal. It was a little tough, and I used my goal of meeting him as a motivator in a lot of ways. And when that was gone, there's a bit of a vacuum in my life. I stopped studying Korean after a 165-day streak, and giving up on learning Korean turned into one of my biggest regrets here. It sucks not being able to fully express myself or connect with a lot of the awesome people I've been lucky to meet this year. I don't want to make that mistake again. My time in Korea is coming to an end, and the next place I've set my sights on is Japan. So I've decided I'm going to learn Japanese no matter what. The mountains, the temples, and the forests of Japan really interest me. So after I spend some time with my family, I want to ship out on the next adventure. And this time, I want to be as ready as possible to speak the lingo. So, I'm using Duolingo. And guess what? Duolingo has achievements. And I'm gonna get all of them. Why? Learning a language is hard. Harder than a priest in a preschool. That's why I think it's going to be important to have smaller goals and milestones along the way. And my first big goal is to 100% the achievements for Duolingo. As of now, there are lucky 13 achievements on Duolingo Mobile. I've already earned a couple of them, like the Word Collector for learning 2,000 new words, Flawless Finisher for completing 100 perfect lessons, or League MVP for getting the most XP in my weekly group. And I know that some of the achievements will be earned naturally as I progress, like getting 30,000 XP for XP Olympian, or Mistake Mechanic for correcting 1,000 mistakes. But I am worried about some of the achievements, like Early Riser, which makes you complete lessons before 9 AM. And if any of you have seen me in the mornings, it ain't pretty. It's kind of like the dial-up sound and the Windows XP shutdown sound are just playing on a loop nonstop in my head for an hour. I also think the rarest diamond achievement is gonna be tough. You need to claim first place in the Diamond League to get it. Every week you complete a lesson, you are put into a league. In the league, you compete against other people to earn the most XP. Fall too low in the rankings and you are demoted to a lower league. Climb high enough and you advance to a higher league. I think there's 10 leagues in Duolingo and the highest one is Diamond. I had a few leagues of progress left even after falling back a few when I stopped my Korean studies. And this month I've managed to climb my way back up to Amethyst, which is the highest I've ever gotten on Duolingo. The competition gets pretty crazy in these high levels, and I've still got 3 advancements before I even make it to Diamond. I'm trying to study Duolingo when I go to bed, wake up, and during my meals and off time at work. And I'm still sometimes just barely keeping my head above water in the league. The last achievement I'm worried about is one that you could actually help me with. For the cheerleader achievement, you need to send 5 congratulatory messages to other people on Duolingo. This wouldn't be a problem if I had people to send congratulatory messages to. So hit me up on Duolingo and subscribe to follow my language learning journey. I've already started doing some live streams, and I'm going to be doing a lot besides Duolingo to do my best to learn the Japanese language. I don't have a ton of time, so my goal is to make around a video about my progress each month or so. So, I'll see you in the next one.